Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting match of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo Season 2. Last match we had the teams SSC and K2 versus Team Modders in a nail-biting battle with many perilous close calls, and today we're set to have another bang of a match between two spectacular teams. In the orange corner, the team that set out to destroy the competition, and maybe even their controllers, is Team Krabby and Dilla. And in the purple corner, on Team Cheetos. And in the purple corner, hotter than a heat gun and colder than a freezer, a team of fire and ice, Jakey and Jammy on Team the Apologists. And in the commentators box today with yours truly is everyone's favourite community member with 7th in their name, it's 7th Ace. How are you?
Doing great, Bat. After that intro, how can I even follow what you've delivered unto me? As Bat said, welcome to the second match of Season 2. Bats, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm really interested to see how this match goes, really, because these teams are, they're something else.
Sure are. Let's take a look real quick at the standings and results. As Ace Bats mentioned, we did have the Modders versus SSC and K2, which the Super Scarf Cretin and Knuckles team took in 2-0 fashion off of some really solid play here, and we'll have to see how Jake and Jammy do against Krabby and Diller today. Any thoughts on the players today?
Well, Jake and Jammy, Pat, they're both really solid players. Like they have been through Season 1 and they've both done really well. So we know that they're two individually good players. Whether or not they work well as a team is yet to be seen, because a lot of the teams in this tournament have been kind of mixed up from Season 1. Krabby and Dilla is probably going to be the really interesting team to watch. Everyone knows Krabby's damn good at bingo, but Dilla has just come in for Season 2. Anything could happen with Dilla. We don't know. But he's with Krabby, and Krabby's known for bringing people that haven't played much bingo before and really making them lift the weights, as it were. So I don't know. It could go either way. We've got a team of two really solid players and a team of one really good player and one player who's potentially nearly as good, which we don't know until the match starts. It's going to be insanely interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Diller's been doing a lot of practice around lately, playing against Krabby, especially, but also playing in some 2v2 formats against some other teams. So, really going to be an interesting thing to see going forward. Going ahead and taking a look at the board that we can, in fact, do. We do see some Highway Zero graffiti, along with, what's our other graffitis here? Sewers, and what is that, Hikage. So, going to be an interesting one today, and I'm going to go ahead and slap that new regional colors overlay to start, to show where everything is. Red is the RDH Sewers levels, blue is the dark levels, and green is the light levels.
That is all over the place.
Yeah, there's no clear, decisive one. Maybe there's that diagonal with 4 in Shibuya areas.
Yeah, 1 in 99. But there is also some kind of lines where you can see, a few in Kogane and then some in Shibuya Show. Those could be possible. Really, they're so all over the place that I feel like Shibuya Show's got to be a good starting location just for some of the diagonal squares and some of the squares across the board. But I don't know whether the teams will go more towards Dark Side or whether they'll go more to Kogane.
Yep. Teams have revealed the card, so it is time for the strategizing phase. Again, a very balanced board by complete incidents, but yeah, we'll have to say we do have a fairly quick route out to Highway Zero where you can grab Dark Wall Ride and exit, then Entrance Pillar, and get to Highway Zero. So if anybody goes uncontested, that's going to be pretty wild. And have you seen Krabby's trails on that custom boogie? That is wild.
Not.
Watch when she jumps. It is
pure white.
It's dashed. It's super cool.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to look through the through the stream of the stream, so it's a bit choppy on my end. But yeah, that's really sick. Krabby's kind of gone all out with the customizations for this one.
All right, things have begun as the Apologists and the Cheetos go ahead and get their Season 2 debut on the road. We see Jake heading off to the dark side first, as Jammy heads off to light. Diller going to match in the dark side, Krabby to match in the light.
Diller had a slight issue getting onto those stairs, and when it comes to the dark side rush, that really does cost a lot.
Yep.
But it looks like Krabby's got the first square with Shibuya Cubby, everyone's favourite starting square. Especially Krabby's.
Yeah, Krabby's got a good Xbox. I mean, good movement, and can really get to that square a lot faster than many other players. So
bit of column A, bit of column B, I'd say.
Not gonna change that. Jake is going to go ahead and skip the entrance pillar soul to disguise their route into Highway 0. So that's going to give Diller the entrance pillar.
Hayashi,
yeah,
right next to one another.
Yep. So already a quick 3 squares for the Cheetos as they continue to grab points and put them on this board and work maybe towards that diagonal bingo.
I'm just looking at, looks like, is that Highway 0 graffiti being done?
I would not be surprised, as Highway 0 graffiti is the speedy route.
Yeah.
Jake with sufficient management to complete the whole route, but does miss that jump. You gotta do a big whoop jump to go ahead and get past that first set of wires.
So it looks like Dilla and Jake kind of fighting it out for that graffiti right there. Meanwhile, Jammy and Krabby both close to one another, but in different areas. So Krabby in Shibuya, whereas Jammy going through Hikage. It's going to be really interesting to see how they both choose to fill up the board and whether or not they're going to try and play against one another.
Wow, this is very close on the Highway 0 competition, although Diller had to go down and either got the tape or got some extra cans, unsure, but it's just a couple of seconds behind Jakey. So the competition is very close for these early 3 points and that corner diagonal, or that top right corner, which could give easy bingo access over to the Cheetos should they win that square along row 1.
Yeah, and that's so it looks like we finally see center square. Hikage grabbed. Everyone loves a good old center square. At least they should do. Oh, and that's going to really cost in a graffiti route as tight as, yep, Highway 0 graffiti with Jake grabbing that square.
Yep. So now, what does that leave? That leaves a column 5 bingo available for the Apologists. Cheetos, though, 5 different squares around the map. But importantly, controlling that center square to lock down any of the a bunch of those bingo possibilities that the Cheetos have available to them. Where are we going?
I'm just looking at the board now. Yeah, Cheetos have a good set of starting squares, but the score itself isn't going to be too far apart from one another, is there? Because thanks to that good graffiti right at the start.
Yeah, we've got 5 all as our score currently. What do we have in 99th? Both players actually working on the dark side of 99th here, with Diller and Jakey trying to get the dark wall ride soul, but both of them taking, I would call, a strange route towards it. Diller ends up locking it down, and now Krabby in RDH working towards that tape and getting towards Tricks 35 does threaten that column 4 bingo there, which is capped off with a sewer. Yeah, that's capped off with a sewers graffiti route, which honestly feels good to go for. Well, it's also 6 points if they get it, though. That's kind of disgusting.
I mean, it's one of those, like, if they leave it, they the Apologists are going to have to spend so much time getting through sewers just to prevent the bingo. But if they go for it, then they've got 6 points. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, they've set themselves up very nicely here on the side of the Cheetos to be able to make some kind of power plays here along this column 4. Where do we see Jake in Dogan? Dogan has a free past the statue soul and Dogan's special, both down on row 5 there. Not going to be instrumental in blocking or creating any kind of advantage, but does go ahead and grab some points on the board.
I think everyone can appreciate a cheeky little Dogan mid-match. Ooh, that's interesting.
Diller got caught up on the billboard route for 99th points.
Ooh.
But will just be able to grab that uncontested. Krabby working towards the Tricks Soul, and Jammy's going to go ahead and fall. So Krabby picks that up, threatens the four in a row there on column 4. But wow, look at the square control that the Cheetos have put together. 9 squares to 4 really gives them a world of opportunities of where to go next.
Yeah, what I'm interested in is it doesn't look like Diller's going to Jazz. I mean, column 5 is possible unless Krabby's really confident in just grabbing that keyboard lower wires. I suppose we'll be seeing what he's planning on now.
Yep. Yeah, that's the only remaining bingo available for the Apologists, and probably their best way back into this. Ooh, there's Sewer's entrance picked up by Krabby. So that's going to guarantee that they know where Krabby is. Is Krabby going to leave and drop a bluff?
Yeah, I think... Oh, wait, no? Is he thinking about it? Or going to FRZ?
FRZ seems to be the play, as there is a row 1 bingo available here for Cheetos as well, with an FRZ Air, Highway Zero Tricks, and whatnot.
Yeah,
and Diller has...
true.
And as you mentioned, Bats, Diller went ahead and went back for Jazz to block off that final bingo for the Apologists.
It looks like it's a bit of a tricky situation between a rock and a hard place here. Wonder which one of them are going to go for Sewer's Graffiti, but that's really going to take him out. Like, the last thing you want is 4 squares, and that 5th square is something in Sewers. There are a few things, you can get away with Sewers entrance and whatnot, but if it's something like 150k points or Graffiti, it's just filthy. Yeah. And it's like Jake's the one that's going to have to trawl through the sewers and get through all that filth.
Yep, well, it is going to be a necessary part of the Apologists' win condition, is to win in number of, or in Graffiti squares by a lot. Ooh, Jamie Pat's lining up for Fence Jump. That is so Season 1.
Oh yeah, so Season 1.
But they do get it.
He does get it, yeah.
Is there going to be the second Death Warp? No, it's going to be the base travel into the pit there. So some older strats, but they do check out as it accelerates Jammy down into Kibo a little bit faster.
It's not quite as fast as the recent discovery in Kibo with the stall launch that has no name whatsoever, but it is still a valid strategy to get to the tunnel quite quickly, which is always handy.
Yep, definitely agree with you there. It's a very swag strat. By the way, Sky Dino, row 2, also has a bingo possibility. There are now 3 bingos that have to be responded to by the Apologists, and only 2 players to respond with. The chance of bingo is rising rapidly, as Diller is the only one even remotely close to Sky Dino, and it's a default soul. How he's going to Highway Zero. Diller, the other way, please. Unless he's going for Highway Zero Tricks.
He could be going for Highway Zero. I mean,
he is.
I think they've got so many squares, they don't really, not really too stressed about it,
I mean, I personally would take the automatic default soul into bingo easy peasy, as opposed to needing 2 squares, including one where your opponent is. Krabby's going for the swag jump. No, that was way too low of an angle. Krabby's going to not fall all the way down to his benefit. Is he opting for better? This looks like Krabby has a setup. It's not working, but I'm curious as to what Krabby has found. It's a frame boost. That's what Krabby has found.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Would not surprise me.
Diller seems to be resetting on trick 70 as well, so these final bingos are kind of stalling out right now for the Cheetos, but again, there's almost no position that the Apologists are in that are going to block all of them currently, as Jake is climbing 100-meter room and Jamie is in the dregs of Kibo trying to block something.
I mean, it is always a good feeling. Not, I suppose Diller won't know for sure, but being uncontested and having no chance of anyone just coming in and grabbing your souls is a nice relaxing jaunt through Highway Zero at the moment for Diller, though whether or not he knows for sure how safe he is right now.
Yep. Yep, right now, looks like, Highway Zero is still being worked on. I wasn't sure, but I imagine Diller has unlocked it and is working towards it. Krabby, nearly at the top, would have liked to see Jake prioritize that Sewers Air 4 rather than 100-meter room along the route and save 100-meter room until the end, as Krabby is going to lock in that Air Soul in a matter of about 15 seconds.
Oh, looks like Jake's having he's getting 100 metered with that platform there at 60.
Yep.
Oh, but he's got up.
Yep. Krabby went ahead and went into the wrong little cubby area there up in Sewers. Now locks in the bingo.
And there's the bingo.
And best
Highway Zero.
Best that the Apologists can hope to do is tie currently maximum score of 17. Which is
How could they tie with this? It does not look like they have much opportunity. They're not going to be able to snipe Diller, I don't imagine.
Yeah, they'd have to win everything. Yeah. And it's really not a hard soul to get to, so... Yeah, Jake falling victim to 100-meter room first, not blocking off Air 4, or, Sewers Air 4 is really costing everybody, but again, the opening plays from the Cheetos were just so powerful and gobbling tons and tons of squares.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it looks like unless there's some freak accident and Diller's controller suddenly explodes into flames, it looks like the platform default is going to be grabbed.
Yep, and that will secure the game for the Cheetos in dominant double bingo fashion. There it is.
3 for 3 on Skydino 137.
On
matches so far.
Didn't you have comments about that one as well?
Oh, I definitely have comments about that one. It's not a platform, it's a rooftop.
Okay.
There's a platform right at the start of the level, which I always go to because I'm a fucking idiot.
You know what? I might change that to rooftop underswing or something like that. I called every flat surface a platform when I wrote these, but yeah, unsure. So 21-9 as our current score. Jakey going ahead and working on Sewers Graffiti to clean it up. Jammy currently alternating sprays in Hikage and does come out to about a 30 can or 5 spray lead. Is that enough to thwart the Krabby's efforts to score more points?
Possibly.
Unclear.
We'll see. I just want to quickly comment on Krabby's fancy footwork there. Jumped into a blue can on the, I believe it's called Charity Rail in a multi. I like to call it God Rail myself. But grabbed a 5 can off that, but jumped over the rail, hit a car knocked him back into another 5 can.
Amazing.
Very exciting strategies. I say strategies if that was intended.
Yeah, but while you're falling back, you don't get the, you don't pick up the can, so it just eats.
Did he not? I
No.
thought he did. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
When you take damage, you have a short window where you cannot pick up the cans, and anything you run into will just disappear, essentially.
Goes to show my My expertise for taking damage clearly isn't as much as I thought.
In fact, Bats with the expertise in lack thereof, along with Krabby.
So it looks like Sewers 100 is just kind of chilling with Krabby and Jammy, both in Hikage, which is going to be interesting to see who snipes that one out. Meanwhile, looks like the Dilla is just going to chill in Dogan and grab Special, uncontested. It's a classic. Looks like Sewers is nearly done with.
Yep, Sewers just has those upper graffiti remaining as far as I'm aware. Yeah, that does check out. So it will just come down to the race for posterity points between Krabby and Jammy in Hikage. Krabby completing up the right side here. So we'll have a small spray lead in terms of number done, but in terms of areas done, about the same as Jammy. Maybe he's still a little bit behind, as Jammy's route has been at least decent through all of this.
Big shout outs to the Hideki Naganuma tweet sprays on the mediums.
Oh, for sure. And the XL.
Oh, and the XL. Jesus Christ. God damn it.
I don't see any Jehovah Witnesses sprays.
Oh, did it get removed for being too controversial?
Jammy AF King. Go Jammy, I believe.
Krabby's confused?
I think Krabby maybe... No? Krabby dropped 2 question marks in Bingo Sync chat, and then
continued on his merry way.
Yeah, that's...
Ah, never mind. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, Twinkachu revealed the card, and that apparently was brain-blastingly confusing to Krabby, but nonetheless, it will not matter in the end, except for those seasonal statistics, which it definitely matter.
The Apologists have bought in Twinkachu as a last-minute third.
Yep. Yeah, they may need it, down 21-12 currently. There's Dogan's special picked up. So it looks like there'll be most likely final score 22-15, as Jammy does appear to have a significant falling out here in Hikage.
You have to say falling.
Yeah.
Perfect timing for that.
Oh yeah, that's... I was gonna say significant lead, but he fell, so he now had a significant, or they had a significant falling.
Some weird American saying where it's like, oh yes, a significant falling.
Yes. At an advantage, we do like to say the significant falling. So, no, it's just happened to work out that way.
Yeah.
Jammy going ahead, finishing up the right side now, and they will proceed over to the center and go ahead and maybe wrap this up ahead of Krabby. Krabby also with 38 tags, though. Both on 38, both with center to go. I don't know why Jammy is picking up these cans. You don't need them. The center is ripe with cans and not with...
sprays.
Yeah, unless they're missing one here. I'm uncertain as to what the hell is going on, but Krabby is taking full advantage of this as Jammy plays an exciting game of avoid the cans. And
oh god, I hate Hikage and trying to like...
Alright.
I mean, eventually you just figure out...
There's nothing left, Jammy! Oh no! Jammy. Oh, you hate to see it. Krabby now with a huge lead in Hikage Center by about 45 seconds or more. And considering there's only 7 tags to go, yeah, this is all but over in favor of the Crabber.
Oh, it's the medium, the
drop, and then the medium, small, XL. So it's just picking up one can and jumping down.
Ooh, missed the one cap.
Oh my gosh, the difficult part of the run.
Yeah.
There it is. Don't miss a
And it's
spray.
not.
Final score for this game at 25-12. A strong performance out of the gate from the Cheetos. As we kind of expected, I would wager them as favorites to heavy favorites for this tournament.
Yeah, I feel like any team that has Krabby on it is immediately insanely powerful. It doesn't matter how little experience Krabby gets put with. It will work out just fine. That said, though, it could still go the other way around in match 2.
It very well could.
I feel like the Apologists could have learnt exactly, noticing the amount of squares that Dilla and Krabby just picked up, all over the board, and then turn those into bingos later on. Maybe they'll try that a bit this next match. Grab as many squares as possible. But,
yeah, it definitely...
easier said than done in Jet Set Radio Future Bingo to just grab as many squares as possible, I will admit.
Yeah, just grab all the squares, forehead.
Yeah, just get squares, lol.
Yep. That is the case. I'm gonna go ahead. I've generated another board, but it's also the same graffiti route, which I kind of want to change. Ooh. I'm just gonna go ahead and generate new seed. Ooh.
Just win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 head.
Alright, that's a new board with lots of exciting features and fun.
Lots of exciting features and fun, you say?
Yep.
Let's have a look then. Oh. Oh! Hey, you monster.
I didn't look at this board, so I just saw that the graffitis were different.
The first thing I did was see Kogane and highlight that all.
Yep.
Yeah, I think someone may go to Kogane to start with,
Oh, wow. Yeah, that entire row 4 just lit up in red on stream.
I mean, you don't even need to go for Sua's special for that to be powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think A-List demonstrated that on Thursday. It's Sua's special bingo is a excellent threat.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Sure is, as I got the heckin' bamboozled.
It looks like Chiro has a few. 2 defaults and 1 soul, and Dogan has isolated platform down the hill as well as 100% graffiti. It'd be interesting to see an early Dogan, a cheeky Dogan, I know it's not the meta, but it is good to see. And goddamn, yeah, I'm just looking at SDPP has a few, but realistically, this is all Kokane.
Yep. Unfortunately, with 5 areas, a lot of levels become Oops Kogane a lot more than some other areas. Maybe be interesting to try and patch that out through a little bit of board balancing.
Oh yeah, that's what we call it, not rigging. It's balancing.
No, I mean if you wrote a new board generator that generates a 1/3 chance to pull from Kogane and then dark and light, then you would be in a spot where you could, have those be a little more balanced and see those a little less.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yep, Kogane going to be highly prioritized, and yeah, we'll have to see. 5, 4.
What would be really interesting to see is Team Cheetos splitting up, being confident to a fault almost. I feel like we're going to see both teams go... Wait. What am I seeing? I see Krabby going into Shibuya-cho and Dilla going into Darkside. Hello?
Judges? Is that even legal? Krabby rushing
Wouldn't
for the...
be my go-to, and we know how much Krabby loves his multi-high, right?
Yeah.
Interested with this.
South of Hayashi goes ahead and covers the row 4
Column
and the
4?
cubby. Yeah, column 4 and cubby would cover the center square, but the center square is not that important. But that's what Krabby appears to be going for. Diller goes ahead and grabs the entrance pillar, and now the Apologists.
They're expecting to transform this into a bingo. Because sure, you can use these to set up bingos from Kogane. Like that's obviously there's so much in Kogane. You can use any squares from outside of Kogane to get it. But they are giving the Apologists a massive head start into Kogane, so they can just kind of pick up a few souls here and there. And there are just some pure bingos in Kogane, or there's one pure bingo in Kogane. So I'm not sure. This is an interesting strategy. It can definitely pay off, but if the Apologists can get a foothold in, the Kogane area, it's not as strong as I'd imagine. But I'm sure Krabby has the grand plan. I'm sure Krabby's going for the classic. I'll say the classic, but the newly discovered Death Wall. Oh wait, no, because of the. Oh wait, yeah. It looks like he's going.
Don't you need a boost for it?
I think so. Yeah. So there we go. He's grabbing the cans.
So there is the possibility of that row 3 bingo across the middle for Krabby and Diller, but I just don't see it.
Someone's an FLZ. Jake's an FLZ.
Oh my god. Krabby, you swag lord.
Hey, you got it.
What? It's barely even good. But Krabby did it. So there is a 4 in a row, and all it'll take is Jake panicking a little.
There was a 4 in a row, because here we go. FLZ clip grabbed.
Alright, there's the block. 5-3 in score.
They're just completely uncontested right now in Kogane. I mean, they've picked up a lot of squares early on, but let's see. Kibo? What's the deal with Kibo right now? There's a platform
What is the deal with Kibo?
And special and tricks. Kibo wouldn't be my first choice personally, but
there's 4 souls there. I think it's fairly good.
You have to get all the way to the end. I suppose it depends on what strategy you want to take with Kibo. I know I'd love a cheeky Phosphos stall launch.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. I mean, you can't argue with 4 squares, and Jake is in RDH. What's in RDH? 100% graffiti and tricks 35.
It's tricks 35 to complete the bingo. They know.
That's true.
I mean, we know, and maybe they know that if they get tricks 35, one's in Kibo has an unconquerable advantage currently. The other can just start sewers and have a huge advantage there. The only thing that could possibly happen is that Krabby.
And we see Doomsday Clock animation on Jammy real quick.
No, very good for them.
Always lovely to see. And there's upper platform at the end, blocking off the column 3.
I feel like Krabby and Diller are challenging themselves to win without going to Kogane to start.
I mean, looking at it now, I mean, Krabby and Diller are kind of uncontested, and I know they're going to be uncontested because the obvious play was to go into RDH and everywhere else, Kogane. The only question is, can they prevent that bingo? Are they counting on no one going for 150k and trying to, count on the fact that a bingo won't actually be gathered? I'm not sure. It seems like a very risky play, and almost feels overconfident from Team Cheeto.
More like Team Chico.
200 being. God damn it.
Alright, so in the realm of things that I'm not following currently, Jakey goes ahead and zooms over out of RDH, not picking up tricks and not picking up... Oh. Is this the travesty of our time? Where Jake starts spraying Dogen graffiti after Krabby is well on his way to being done with it
He's
soon?
well on his way, but by the time Krabby's done...
Jake's going to be the farthest away point from being able to win, and it's going to lose pretty much any advantage. Jake,
what is Krabby doing? Is Krabby baiting out isolated platform?
Oh my god.
The fuck, Krabby?
We're just mere mortals.
Did he forget?
He forgot. He forgot.
He forgot! Oh no! No!
Here comes Jake. Jake gonna make the critical
Jake's
fall.
about to go to the point of no return. No, Jake, no,
And there it
don't do
is.
Oh,
Bump, 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 bum.
No.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
that could not have been timed better, and it was by complete chance. God,
God,
damn.
that's the most crabby thing I've ever seen in my life is, oh yeah, I forgot the soul existed. And then picking it up at what essentially becomes
You do
the perfect
graffiti
time.
At this point. You've got to leave, Jake. You can't.
You can't catch
You know
up.
Krabby's that far. No.
Oh, the humanity. Oh,
But Krabby was one can short on that last small there.
of course. What is this route that Krabby's done? I know it's supposed to be like the NPG route, but it came up short in the management department, but the magical cubby back there will fix that.
Even though Jake had started on graffiti and RDH, looks like Dilla's now getting started on graffiti and making some good progress. That said, didn't go for chimney sprays.
I'm surprised that Krabby doesn't do the NPG route here for the record store market, whatever you want to call it. For the 3 points that Krabby's about to get is really what I'll call it.
Just get sprays for the head. Doesn't matter.
Krabby, what are you doing? You just
That's spray. There it is. And there's the mark. Oh goodness.
The mark of the fool has been applied, and now Jake, at disadvantage, leaving the area, goes ahead and boosts on outscore 7-11, but there's still a lot of potential here. I'm keeping the highlights up because the Kogane areas still are so important.
Yeah, I mean, Dilla got here with a decent start on graffiti. Hasn't rushed Tricks 35, which is interesting. Maybe he's thinking until Sewers gets marked, it's not too much of a worry, and you know,
Yeah.
either Krabby or Dilla can kind of inch that out.
Oh.
But unless Jake goes to RDH and grabs, I think he'd need to beat Dilla on graffiti on top of getting Tricks 35.
Yeah. Jimmy's.
And I know Jake had a head start, but like, I think Dilla's ahead now.
Yep.
We all know
Jimmy's
Dilla's a big fan of RDH graffiti.
Kibo's expedition is complete, as they've gone ahead and grabbed the 4 squares there. Wow, yeah, 31 done for Diller.
Yeah. Only 17 on Jake.
Yeah, Jake actually going to go ahead and try and blitz out Tricks 35, but you can't get it there. At least not easily. Maybe they can make it work, but like this is the combo ender. 14.
Ooh. Well, a bit less than 35.
Marginally less. But is going to pull into the lead as far as climbing up. Is going to... I don't know what's going on. Oh. Alright, now going for Tricks 35 here. You can do that here. You can also do it up top, but this is probably one of the easier locations. So there it unlocks. So now it's blitz to it. Jammy is in sewers to try and do the hand plant jump. Does not get the right jump on it and falls all the way back down to the start.
Krabby with the frame boost just to show off at this point.
Yeah. Jake is doing some combination of some of the graffiti, but also putting mild prioritization onto Tricks 35. They need to just commit to one of these squares.
Yeah, ironically for the team that's known for Jehovah's Witness spray, there is a distinct lack of commitment to it. And that is a... This is just hard to watch, honestly. I'm really rooting for them to somehow pull this back, but it's... I don't know.
It's still winnable.
It's going to be interesting.
But it requires the bingo, is kind of where we're
at the bottom of sewers? What's going on? Did he fall?
Oh my gosh, did they fall
As
again?
Krabby enters sewers.
Alright, there's RDH Tricks 35, a soul I thought was going to be picked up roughly 8 minutes ago. But nonetheless... Oh, that was a sweet hop from Jammy. That was super cool.
I missed the one from Jammy. What did Jammy do?
Was on like the, little ring around the transition area and ended up hopping all the way up to the next level, essentially, very, very quickly. It was a nice little hop.
To watch that back, yeah.
It saves like 5 seconds. Wow! But now Jammy putting on some urgency here in sewers as Krabby goes ahead and collects
Body H 100%, and Churro Special is just chilling there. I'm kind of surprised Krabby didn't go for it earlier.
Oh, this is best possible scenario is a tie now for the Apologists. Again, maximum score of 16, including the bingo.
That's an emphasis on possible.
Yeah, and that means, one single square will end the game. I'm surprised Diller's not heading out to Chuo Special.
Oh, is he going back?
Oh, could be. Highway Zero, Skyscraper, and Chuo all end the game. So, there's the 4 in a row with Sewers Grind 10. But the Kogane... as much as we get more Kogane, it's also probably one of the most skill testing areas in the game. There's a lot of very tough things.
Especially Sewers.
So,
Sewers, and the difference between an experienced Kibo and an inexperienced Kibo is potentially huge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of... Oh, God. Jammy with the... Oh, goodness, that is speed.
Zoom.
Useful speed, but... Oh... the difference between a Kibo of someone that's just going through in a loop and people that have kind of practiced and honed in on various strategies that exist within Kibo, the difference is huge. So, and same with Sewers, you could go up Sewers the default way, and Krabby again, Jammy, sorry, again with the speedy shuffle.
Yeah. Alright, is Krabby going to be able to drop the flex now of the sewer level skip? Let's see. Has a setup, does the hop. Krabby has a setup. Wow, how did that not cling?
Yeah, it's...
Jammy made it up. Jammy made it up. So now, Sewer Special in heavy favor currently of... Oh, this is a neat way of picking or unlocking this soul. Uncommon, but I like it. One more Y trick. That'll do it. That's the unlock. Krabby gets the cling, but that's not going to be fast enough unless there's some heroics here in 100-meter room. Meanwhile, there's a race for Chuo Special, which...
Did Dylan miss Chuo Special?
It's very possible. Gotta grind that first rail. And snipes are the only way for the Apologists to come back in this, and that could be what happens here. Let's see if it unlocks for Jake. Confident. There's the unlock. So now it's down to... This has a chance. Now remember, best case scenario is a tie.
Yeah.
So...
Possible.
Yeah.
They'd need... Oh, so it's the race up 100-meter room as well.
Yeah. Krabby behind by 20 meters.
And Krabby behind by 20 meters. Okay, so... Jake going through the teleport with Dilla. Now, this is one of those things where the timing on when you unlock the soul is very significant. I can't imagine Jake will be slow, so it looks like Dilla's going to have a quick escape.
Yep.
And it's... Jake's going to need to snipe Dilla to both these souls.
Yep. It's a matter of luck of picking which one.
It's a coin toss.
Yep.
I'll get my coin out. I'll guess which one they're going for. What is it? Heads SDPP, Tails Highway Zero?
Sounds great.
Okay.
Ooh, big fall from Jammy, taking the harder route up top. Both of them are actually going going clockwise. Again, counterclockwise is the truth, going up to the very top. Krabby behind by less than 10 meters. trying to make a little bit of extra time back, but Jamie has successfully made it to the top, locked in the bingo scores now 16-14 with 2 squares to go. Krabby still possibly an X factor here, being able to pick up one of these extra souls. Jamie low on health. Oh my goodness, Jamatha. Oh my goodness, you can't take the death warp.
Cease.
Oh, jumps through the middle. Oh, that's a death from Jammy. That puts Jammy in a terrible spot, having to go recover and walk back to that spot and point from the bingo save again. So no death warp strats here.
Okay, looks like Jake's going to SDPP and Dilla is splitting off to Highway 0. This could be it.
That could very well be it. I would wager...
I was going to say, looking at the squares again, I would have gone for Highway 0 first, most likely, because just win the race.
Just win the race forehead.
In true SSC&K fashion, tomorrow I'll win the race.
So, yeah, unfortunately, I think Diller's just more comfortable in the soda race than Trick 60, which... makes a lot of sense, so that's where Diller would go. So, unfortunately, not going to have a dramatic ending. There is a fall from Jake, and is going to go ahead and probably eventually get this, unless there's more falling. Jammy finally goes to sewers, comes back. It doesn't matter because the win is impossible from here.
Yeah. Unless Dilla does something spectacular. Like, if Dilla tries to leave Highway 0 in the race and loses it, and Jammy goes all the way into Highway 0 and snipes it.
Chuns twice.
Yeah, does it twice. Yeah, chuns twice.
Oh, that would be unreal.
Divine intervention.
Oh my god! Okay, that was 61.
Ooh,
wait. Is it 65 tricks in SDPP?
I thought it was 60.
I thought it's 60 as well, and Jake just put up 61 tricks in that last combo before they fell.
Huh.
So the soul should be unlocked. Krabby going for the observatory method of getting there, but is dancing around on the bars. There it is. It is 65.
Huh.
We've got an incorrect board square, and we haven't noticed forever. Judges.
Well, I think we should give this one to the Apologists.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. So, and Krabby unlocks the soul while traveling to it. They lock in both and complete the game 2-0 in favor of the Cheetos.
That is tragic.
God, that is... Krabby is just...
I hate to say it,
good.
but I think it could have... If they just stayed in Kibo and committed, I think they could have had this
you
round.
mean RDH?
Kogane in general, I'd say.
Yeah, I think the Dogen graffiti one really was the determining factor there.
I don't even want to talk about the Dogen graffiti. If I was... If that happened to me, I would just be done.
Oh,
that was
resign the
season.
season.
It wasn't even intentional from Krabby.
So,
ooh, shall we get him in?
Let's get them in there. All right. Join commentators for chat if you want. Smile. Oh wait, do we have this power? We do have this power.
Yeah, just giving Krabby the full warning.
Yeah.
One sec, if I get a text-to-speech program, I won't be able to play it through. I was going to get text-to-speech for Krabby comments.
There we go.
Hello.
Hey, nerds, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Team Cheetos and commiserations to Team The Apologists. That second game was...
The second game was a lot better than the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very sad I went to Dogen.
I was about to say, so Jake, what was the call for Dogen? Because that was the turning point.
Because
I told them.
Jeremy suggested it, and then I didn't check where Krabby had been. And by the time I was in Dogen, I knew that it was a bad idea. I just committed to it just in case Krabby decided to just get the Dogen soul and not do graffiti, which I knew was extremely unlikely. But
that soul, I feel like I'll need to say it before you kind of watch back and.
I hit the point of no return in Dogen right when Krabby picked up the soul.
Oh yeah.
Krabby missed the soul the first time through.
Wait.
So he delayed.
The
soul by
he delayed grabbing the soul. He missed it. He was being too often with his graffiti route. Out of curiosity, did you were you doing RDH graffiti when you picked up 35 tricks?
Kind of.
I had done some of it, and then I rushed to 35 tricks because I knew it was a bingo, and I figured that you were in the area as well.
I was
for a while.
I was about to finish the graffiti route and pick up the soul when you picked up the soul.
Yeah, I had done some of the graffiti before and then left to go to Dogen. And then, Yeah.
And right at the end,
and rushed the trick.
that was up to a coin toss. I mean, there was a few scenarios there. It was basically 50-50 on whether or not that was going to tie, just based on which square you went for. Which is, it was an interesting match to watch.
How close was it to a tie?
I mean, you had to correctly snipe. Yeah. So when you beat Diller to Chuo, the chance was up in the air since Jammy beat Krabby by a matter of a little bit. When Jammy died, that made it a little less likely because Krabby would have.
Jammy died?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Because Krabby would have huge advantage to whatever Diller didn't go to, but yeah, basically Jake had to correctly guess where Diller was going to go, and unfortunately did not do so.
It was up in the air until you split off to go do 60 tricks, or 65 tricks rather. We've just noticed that, rather than...
I also unlocked 65 tricks very, very poorly.
Yeah, you got 30-something and then 61, and I'm just like, oh.
Sounds like me doing that, soul.
So
I haven't learned the fastest way to get to it.
Watch Krabby's VOD. He'll show you.
I will.
It was kind of disgusting. Krabby showed up like 2 minutes later and just like smoked you.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that one.
Hey, did you like how I got from T-Rex to Soul Below Spiral or whatever the fuck it's called?
The below the swing?
No, the platform near starting Spiral.
Oh. Might not have seen it.
Oh, that's fair.
Here's a... Krabby, stop flexing.
It'd be a flex if you could get it. What's the over-under so far? It's 10-1?
2 gets, 5 misses. Oh well.
Oh, there we go. There's another one. You just have to talk smack and Krabby will do it. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Krabby told me he choked 100-meter room.
Just going from that first match to that second match, I mean, that first match, I think, is very clear to say it was a bit of a blowout. But
just a bit.
The match was a lot closer and a lot more tight. I mean, it could have gone either way up until the end, which is... I mean, in the space of 2 matches, that's always good to see. I mean, I think, you know, if you matched up again, I would not know who to put my money on. I'm going to be honest. As much as I'd love to say that Cheetos have definitely had this because of Diller and Krabby, I feel like those 2 matches got closer. So I feel like a third match, I don't know who would win. So I'm really interested to see if you guys get matched up again.
Yeah,
definitely be a fun one. I like the bounce back they did from game 1 to game 2.
Yeah, definitely.
So real quick, one other thing. What was with the non-Kogane call after Kogane was like mega stacked in that seed to start off with?
For Team Cheetos.
Yeah, Team Cheetos.
We were trying to go for the row 3 bingo. But then
Yeah,
we realized
I
we just
saw
didn't
that.
get it.
That's fair enough, but
Yeah,
on the
There's a couple
assumption,
bingos that we tried to go for, but I mean, like, we felt like, I don't know, I felt like the SDPP into Sky Dino was 3 really fast squares to pick up.
I think
Yeah,
it is.
Sending
It-
one person there is probably good.
But yeah, you've got to. I would imagine you have to send someone out to FRZ because you know almost certainly that someone will go out to Kogane.
yeah.
Yeah.
On
Well, I
that.
mean, I think
2 people in Kogane. Which is
what ended up happening is I don't think we even looked at that side of the map, honestly.
Okay.
We just we had a game plan set, and we felt like that was like the fastest starting point was going from getting up these defaults in the fast souls and Shuro and
Yeah,
SDPP.
it is fast. I would have liked to see the FRZ into Chuo instead of Chuo and FRZ or whatever method was
Yeah.
kind of
We
theorized.
didn't know where Jamie or Jake would go, so I mean, we
Yeah.
might get that FRZ square and then lose both of the Shuro, you know?
The classic not clocking 90% of the board being in the same area.
A bold move. Alrighty. Congratulations. I think that shall I think that'll do it for us here. We'll be back next week for something.
Woo.
So,
Bingo is the best.
bingo, bango, bongo.
Oh, do you want to plug the